All right, we're back. This is working your list, cultivating your field. This is all about that. So one of these books here is by Gary Vaynerchuk, and it's jab, 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 right hook. And the concept is give, 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 ask. Be nice, be nice, be nice. You don't just go to the bar and you don't just, you know, go up to whoever and ask him out on a date. You get to know him. You buy him a drink, right? You get to visit. You ask. You're nice. You're on good behavior, and you get to know each other before you ever do that. Typically, right? Most of us. There's a rare dog out there, but you know what I mean. Anyway, we're gonna cultivate our field, and the way we're gonna do that is we remember this association, right? And the association, their goal usually is to grow. And what they're doing is they're doing things that individual companies can't do on their own. And but the more members they have, the more representation they have. Not only does it mean there's more dues coming in so they can do more cool things and more effective things, but literally when the associations political wise, when they go to Capitol Hill, when they go to the state, or they talk to senators and representatives, those senators and representatives will ask, how many do you represent? So the bigger the association, the more likely these lawmakers will listen to the association. So it's better for everybody the more businesses are involved with the association that serves them. It really, every plumbing company should be a member of plumbing, heating, cooling contractors. It's only in their best interest. But the thing is, people are busy making payroll, trying to make ends meet, hiring and firing, and trying to get the calls, the phone to ring, and wondering why the phone isn't ringing, and getting the truck that's broke down. There's so much going on, and people kind of lose track or aren't even really aware sometimes of what's going on at this higher level. This is more of a level. The people that are involved, usually in associations, have kind of usually met some level of success enough that they can actually start paying attention to bigger, more global issues. Does that make sense? Usually, so that they've already figured it out, or they're an employee of the association and they can put all their energy into doing it. But a lot of members are volunteer. In fact, we're volunteering our time as business development representatives to help the association. Why help the association? Again, because it helps what we've identified as one of our primary target clients, right? So we want our target clients to do well, right? And to be successful. So we want to help them. So we're going to volunteer our time to be a part of an association that helps them. So that's what we're doing here. We're going to work and we're going to cultivate that field. And what happens is those associations will often have things that they're doing. They'll have events, they'll have get-togethers, they'll have trainings, they'll have lunch and learns, they'll have Day on the Hill where they all come together and they go to the Capitol and talk to their senators and representatives. They do some pretty cool stuff together. And so one way that we can cultivate our field is to first of all, get to know our field. So part of this is we want to get to know our customer. And so if plumbers are our preferred client, we probably aren't a plumbing company. So we need to get to know them. And so one way to get to know them is to get to know their business through an association. And the association, you'll learn a lot about what those companies need and what they're struggling with and what their issues are, and all that. So you'll get to know the marketplace and the industry. You'll get to know your field, and you'll also get to know what is going on in your field. And what that will do is give you something to talk about. So when you're out selling and you're cold calling on people, whether it's by email or text or phone call, or you're dropping in, are you really just going in there and trying to build some kind of fake rapport and talk about the weather long enough to introduce yourself and your product? I mean, that's one way to do it, but most of us in that own businesses have seen that a million times, and we know we're kind of tired of it. So what we're doing is we're gaining a knowledge base and an awareness of the marketplace, and what's going on, so that when we come and we call out to our customer, we're actually calling and we're going to give. Hey, are you aware? Are you aware of a lunch and learn about such and such? Hey, are you aware that if this law passes, you won't be able to get health insurance? Are you, like, we're coming with value. And as we come with value, we start to become a trusted resource, not a salesperson. Like, if you don't do this and you've got business office products on the side of your car, and you pull up, they know you're there for office. You're going to try to sell them office products, and if you pulled up to my company and I don't need anything or I'm busy, I'm going to hide from you. I'm going to get on the phone and get stuck on the phone, and when my person at the door finds out who you are, they're going to call for me, and I'm going to say I'm busy. See, so that's what's going to happen. And so as you become knowledgeable and become a resource and know what's going on in your customer's line of work and market, you can bring information and you can start to become a resource, a trusted resource, where every time you show up, somehow you know what's going on all the time. How do you know that there's a lunch and learn? Just what I needed to learn, or just what I was struggling with, or how did you know I needed insurance, or how did you know that about this law? Yeah, I don't want that law to pass. Like, how do I help? What have I got to do to help that law not pass? Or all these things. How do you know all that stuff? Well, you're a member of an association that's informing you of all this. So now you come to your potential client as a trusted resource. Now, first of all, we're talking about being in person, but we're not going to do that yet. We're going to not be in person, and there's a number of reasons why. So what's going to happen over time is, since you become a trusted resource, they're going to naturally be curious about you, and they're going to, since you've taken care of them and informed them, you've give, ask. At some point, it'll be appropriate for you to ask, like, hey, someday I'd like to talk to you about what I do, right? Or they will ask you, hey, thanks for that and thanks for that. Hey, what is this? What do you do? And because you've helped them, guess what they'll want to do? It's called the law of reciprocity, where they want to help you. Like, if someone buys you dinner, if someone buys you lunch, what happens tomorrow at lunch? You want to buy them lunch. It's natural. We want to keep an even playing field. So kind of what we're doing is we're trying to become a trusted resource of information to our preferred customer that is too busy to stay in touch with all the goings on. They're busy running their business. But because we've got this time, we're just discovering what other things are happening, and then we're bringing them that information. And so now they're listening to us. And like every time we drop by, we know we're letting them know about a training going on. We're letting them know about a lunch and learn. We're letting them know about an event that's happening that we might want to go to, right? That's what's happening. So we're becoming a trusted resource, and we're doing that by cultivating. Is there any fruit yet? No. Nothing's quite happening yet. Now, is that true? I'm getting this a little bit off track, but sometimes you pick up the phone once and it's like, I can't believe you called. Like, I need you. This is like serendipity. That happens. And then other times it will take years. But you're constantly cultivating and working this list. And so that's it for working and cultivating our field. The next one will talk more in depth about how we do this, and how we maybe even how we earn the right to show up in person. All right.